Welcome to the channel. I'm sure everybody struggled with finding a good flashlight, so I thought I'd share what I think are some of the best flashlights on the market. I've tried several of the Amazon flashlights and they never seem to work well. They last for a month or two and then the batteries go bad or the LEDs start to get dead spots and they never work out. After a lot of research I found Olight, and as you can see I like their products. These are all flashlights that I've bought with my own money. I've not gotten any of these as sponsorship or any gift. These are products that I bought because I saw the value in them. So let's go through and walk through what I have and why. So let's start off with the Olight IR2. This is a small little flashlight that I have as part of my everyday carry. This is the IR2 EOS. So you screw in that way to activate. It has two modes, less bright and brighter, and this is rechargeable. So if you screw it out, you have a plug there. These have a micro USB. This other one is the IR2 Pro. This has a USB Type-C. The battery life I've found lasts for a long time, and it's a perfect thing to have as part of your everyday carry. You can see this one's a little bit worn because this one's on my keys, and it goes with me everywhere I go. I've had it for quite a while. The wear is all cosmetic and nothing wrong with the operation. This is another one that's exactly the same, just a newer one that's been on a spare set of keys, so it hasn't been used that much. And then this is the IR2 Pro. So the only real difference is this one is slightly bigger and it has a USB Type-C charger port. Same operation, you screw it in, you've got your less bright and your brighter mode. It's a perfect small little flashlight to go on your keys or to keep with you for everyday use. Next, let's take a look at the i3 EOS. This is another smaller flashlight which also works well for keys. This one is not rechargeable though, so it takes a small AAA battery that is easy to change, and it works similar operation to the last one. So you screw it in and that turns it on. This one only has one brightness mode, but it is very bright for being such a small flashlight. I have this version and I have the other version, which is the i3 UV. So this is a small ultraviolet light, perfect for if you travel and you want to check hotel rooms or anything like that that you need ultraviolet for. Nice and small, doesn't get in the way or take a lot of space if you are traveling. Next we have the i3T EOS. This is another smaller flashlight. It would be good for a hat clip or something like that. Easy to keep in a pocket, or if you want to clip it on your pants or anything like that, you have this clip. This one is also not rechargeable. It takes a AAA battery and it is nice and bright. It has two modes, so you can push and hold for a brighter mode and do a quick click for the dim mode. A nice small little carry flashlight. Next I have two of the i5T EOS flashlights. Much like the previous one, these also have two modes. They have the same style of clip. It's slightly bigger though, and this one takes one AA battery. Again, you have one click for the first brightness, click and hold, and you have the full brightness. It's also a nice small little flashlight, works really well and easy to carry with you. Next we have the M2R Pro Warrior, and this is the Patriotic Edition. So it has the nice American flag on it. This one has a rechargeable battery that comes with it, along with this magnetic charger. The light will go red if it's not charged, and it will turn green when it is fully charged. It also comes with a little pouch that the flashlight fits into perfectly. So it's a nice little carry pouch, and you have all the clips and everything to use with a belt or a backpack. This flashlight has an insanely long battery life, especially if you use it on the low modes. There's a button over there as well as a button on the back. If you do a half push on the button on the back, you get a dimmer mode, and you can do a full push for the full brightness. You can cycle through the different modes using this little button on the side. So you can see there's several different modes. Again, this is a really good flashlight to keep in a trike or use if you go out hiking, and like I said, the battery life is really long, especially on the low power modes, and if you need full brightness, it has a lot to offer. Next we have the Warrior X Pro. This is actually the first Olight flashlight that I bought, and this one, much like the previous one, has the magnetic charging that works the same way. It also comes with a pouch that has a magnetic latch and fits that flashlight perfectly. Same clips and everything for your belt or a backpack. This one also has the rechargeable battery, and it has 2 modes. If you do that half press, that is half power, I believe this is around 300 lumens, and then you can do the full power mode, which is insanely bright. I believe it throws like 600 yards worth of light. This is a perfect flashlight for if you're out in the woods hunting, hiking, or anything like that, because you have the lower power option and you have the insanely bright mode if you really need to see something further out there. Okay, let's take a look at the headlight options now. This is the Purin 2, and this one comes with either a flashlight that you can put a clip on if you need to put on a backpack or on anything like that. It also comes with this holder that you can use it as a head torch. So that works really well. It has the button at the top, and this one has 3 modes. So you have your brightest, a dim, and an intermediate. It also has a really good battery life, and it has the same magnetic charging as the others. So it's really easy if you need to charge it, and it's really easy to use either as a head torch or as something that goes onto a backpack. Last but not least, we have the Array 2S. This is a nice small head torch option. You have your battery pack at the back and the small little lighting unit on the front. This one uses a USB Type-C charging plug that goes into the back, and they give you this little cable to come with it. This one has several different modes, as well as the tilt that you can change your angle on the front. You can turn it on and off by just clicking the button quickly. If you do 2 clicks, you will cycle between different modes. So you have the red, you have the flood, and you have the spotlight options. It also has different brightness settings for each of those modes, so you can go from dim to really bright. This one, what is really cool is it has this sensor over there, which is gesture controls. So if you have it on your head, you can swipe your hand either across or up and down to change your brightness. So you can change your brightness up and down, and you can go from floodlight to spotlight by just swiping your hand without having to touch any of the buttons. So start off, this is a comparison Kershaw flashlight. We'll shine that down there. As you can see, it's not that bright. Then we'll cycle through, this is a UV light. This has barely any shadow, you probably don't even see it with the light that I have on me. Then I have another UV light. Same deal there, you can barely see this one. Then we'll move over to one of these cheap Amazon lights. So put that on. This is adjustable, but as you can see, it's not really any good and it's already flickering. Then we'll move on to a mag light. So this used to be the gold standard several years ago. If you look down there, that actually gives you a decent amount of light. So that's on the mag light. Then we will switch over to this Olight IR2. That's the little one that I have on my keys. And that is from that small little flashlight right there. Then I will switch over to this IR2 Pro that I've been using. This is on dim mode, and that's on bright mode for that tiny little flashlight. Then let's take a look at this one. This one is the Olight i3 EOS for that tiny little AAA flashlight. Next we'll pop over to the UV one. This is the i3 UV. As you can see, it's not that bright, but UV isn't normally that bright, and it still has, I would say, a brighter shadow than the other ones, or brighter light than the other ones. Okay, next we will go over to the i3T EOS, and we'll do a short press, that's dim mode, followed by a long press, which is the brighter mode. The next one is this i5T EOS. So we'll do again short press for the dim mode, followed by a longer press for the brighter mode. Okay, now we're going into the American flag one. This one will start off with the full power. As you can see there, that I would say is significantly brighter than the mag light. and I will cycle down through the modes now. That is the dimmest, going up all the way through full power. Actually, sorry, no, that's not full power. That's all the way to 1 under full power, and a quick press on the back gives you the full power mode. Okay, the next one we'll look at is the Warrior X Pro. We'll start with a quick press, which is half power. I believe this is around 300 lumens. You can see it lights up all the way down there. And then that is full power. So that is pretty bright. And then we will go over to this one that I've been using as my light. This is the Perun 2. It's on low power mode now. And that's medium. And that's full, which is great for a nice wide shadow if you have it on a backpack or if you're using it as a head torch. Okay, lastly, this is the Array 2S. So right now I have it on red mode. So this is if you need close quarters, low light. Then I can shuffle through. This is now on floodlight mode. We'll go ahead and turn that all the way up to the highest brightness. And then this is spotlight and floodlight. And we'll go ahead and turn that, sorry, I turned it off. That's spotlight and floodlight, and we'll turn that up to the highest brightness. So not bad for a nice small little headlight.